Hello, welcome to an artist spotlight on Giordano. I hope I pronounced that name right because I can't seem to figure out how to do it. But if I did mispronounce it, my apology. I've thought long and hard on how to do an artist spotlight on this great artist. And for those that are familiar with his work over at DC, he's probably more well known for a lot of inking jobs, right? But I figure for this artist spotlight, I will focus on his work in black and white magazine. Beautiful, look at this. And the details, look at the staircase. Woo! But I figured I would focus on the black and white magazines where he did both the penciling and the inking, because it is just beautiful work. Look at the details on that door. His inking style is, for me, because I am a big fan of Neil Adams and many of the DC works that he did, so for me it's easy to spot his inking style. But certainly, I think he's very underrated as a penciler or an artist, because it takes a lot more than just be able to pencil or ink. It's about storytelling, panel layout, all that stuff. Just look at that. His inking style, I think, worked best in black and white because it's, look at that beautiful hair. His inking style is really tight. Okay, it's not quite the same as like Dan Atkins, because Dan Atkins are like super tight as well. But to me, Dick inking style is even finer. Okay, and I think sometimes when you use thinner lines in colors, it get muddled, not clear. But in the black and white magazine, as you can see here, look at how beautiful. It's really to me it's almost like a cross between Dan Atkins and Tom Palmer, because there's some light feathering techniques. But just look at that. See, to me it says a lot about the artist and the inker when they can do a fold on a rope or cape like that. That looks fantastic. Just like this, see? The details are just immaculate. These are Dracula magazines, fairly inexpensive. If you have never seen them, I'm sure you can get them for dirt cheap, especially if you're looking for readers' copies, as these are. See, here, look at this one. If you're familiar with Dan Atkins' inking style, this is definitely not the way he would ink, but it's almost more so like something like a Tom Palmer, and not quite. Okay, Tom Palmer feathering is different, but it's hard to describe Dick's style as far as inking. It's unique on its own, which is a good thing, right? Beautiful work. Okay, he's so well suited for this style, for this type of genre, as far as his penciling and inking. Look at that. Yeah, plenty of up the nose shot like Gil Kane, right? He also, I think, inks plenty of Gil Kane's work as well. Beautiful work. That's from this magazine. Let's jump to another Dracula magazine. Okay, this one is issue 11. Okay, there are other stories in this magazine that's also worth looking at because they are beautiful. But look at this splash page, huh? What do you think? Look at that. Once again, just look at the beautiful line works on the hair. Yeah. So good, right? For those that's gonna watch to the end of this video, I think be patient. My advice is be patient and wait until the fourth magazine. I pull out 4 magazines to flip through. Oh, look at this. Lovely, absolutely lovely. If you wait to the last magazine, the 4th one is my favorite of the 4, and oh my god, wait until you see the work on that magazine. Okay, it is gonna be mind blowing, trust me. Just hang in there and you will be, your eyes will feast. What do you think? Do you think that I'm correct in saying that he is very underrated as a penciler? As an artist overall, you know, I mean, like I said, he's very well known as an inker. But just look at that. He's just a great artist, really. You know, he's more well known as an inker, no doubt. But as an artist or storyteller, underrated, underappreciated, in my opinion. Perhaps because he did a lot of inking for Neil Adams, you know, there are a little bit of influences like from Neil Adams that I can see in many of his facial drawing, whether it's women or men, right? And that's the end for this one. Let's move on to number 3. And this one is from this issue, if you want to look for it. Once again, beautiful work. As always, I always harp on landscape, okay? Because it's easy to draw muscle. It's easy to draw action. It's so not easy to draw a landscape like this. Beautiful work. Because landscape is, you know, for the most part, tedious. And it's a lot of work. Look at that. Just look at the texture on the wall. How about this killer looking full page drawing with the staircase? I may have shown this magazine in a different video. May have. Okay, so out of all the magazine I pull out, I try to pull out something that I have never flipped through before. But I may have shown this one before in a magazine, Spotlight. I could be wrong, but oh, I love that. Look at that. So good. And if it is a repeat, no big deal, right? It's never wrong to show something this good more than once. Check this out. Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I don't see a lot of his original art up for sales, you know, often. But you know, if I ever stumble across like an original page from one of his black and white magazine, I might snap one up. I'm sure it's not expensive. Look at that. Look at that beautiful cape. or whatever you want to call it. Oh gosh, it's just lovely. Okay, last page of this one, and we are heading home to the last magazine. My favorite of the four. Look at that. Love it, okay? Love it. Last but not least, here is my favorite for this video. I saved the best for last. Right here, issue 8. Are you ready? Are you ready? See, like, here's a perfect example of what I said, very new Adam-ish. Here we go. This page is my absolutely favorite of all the pages that I have shown in this magazine, in this video. Just stare at this for a while. Well, let me zoom out so you can see the full page. And then zoom in so that you can see the beautiful detail. And stare at it for a while. Gorgeous, right? Look at that. Oh. If I can buy this page, I would, for the right price. Oh yeah, breathtaking, right? Is there anyone that would dispute that that's the best page out of all the pages that I have shown in this video? Yeah, pure eye candy goodness. If you're not familiar with Black and White magazine, and this is the first time that you stumble across one of my videos spotlighting Black and White magazine, I can't say enough that if you're a fan of art, you're a fan of inkers, it's nothing better than going through this magazine, because it highlights their skills more than any other places, in my opinion. Just look at this, huh? Beautiful. Look at that. Just gorgeous, right? The light coming from this side, the shadow on his shirt. Oh. It's perfect. We are nearing the end, folks, and I hope you enjoyed this artist spotlight on a master of the late Silver Age through the Bronze Age. I mean, Dick did stick around and did a lot of work for Marvel in the later end of his career, but no doubt, I think the hidden gem of his career, I think, is right here in these pages. Look at that, huh? Last page. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed the spotlight. Thanks for tuning in. Until the next artist spotlight. Not sure who I will do next. We will see. But before I go, I want to show you one of my favorite books in my collection. This book needs no introduction, but what makes this book special? There you go. Signature of Gil, K, and Dick Giordano right here. I don't collect signature, but no doubt this book is special in my collection because it's not every day that you can find a book that had the signature of these two great masters that's no longer with us. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.